Kimberly Edwards from cookingwithkimberly.com, and it's a Sunday and I'm doing all kinds of chores outside and cleaning and getting things ready for fall cleanup for winter, right? So I have to get this dinner in the oven. I'm going to show you guys right now how to do a stuffing. This is going to be a rice and ground beef stuffing with tomatoes and some nice spices. Now I'm going to do a curry chicken tonight. So this is, I want it to be somewhat, you know, of a more neutral flavor because I want the chicken to be what really stands out. However, this stuffing is going to be very tasty on its own nonetheless, okay? But hey, so I just cut up about 8 cherry or grape tomatoes that I got out of my garden. That's going in. Now I quartered them and then I cut them again in another half, and that's 8ths, okay? Next, into my bowl, I'm going to eyeball and I'm going to add, I don't know, maybe a cup and some of rice. I have rice made. I always have rice made, either in my fridge or in my rice cooker, or it's ready on the stove. I always have rice made because it's a super ingredient to add to things in a pinch. Also, you can eat it on its own. You can have it as a side dish. You can also decide to make something a main out of it. So it's an ideal food if you're trying to really save time and money in your kitchen. Now I have about a half a cup of ground beef that I have from the other night that I made into the bowl. And I'm going to stir that up just to see what kind of proportions I'm working with and see if I'm happy with that. Cooking, as I always tell you guys, is not an exact science. So I don't treat it like it's an exact science. I eyeball most things. Most things are done by what they look like or what they feel like, okay? There we go. That looks nice. It's a nice mixture of the tomatoes, the beef, and the rice. I'm happy with that. That looks like about enough to fill my chicken as well. However, we need to salt and pepper this, but we're gonna do it with some cool stuff. I'm gonna use some of this really nice long pepper. Now this long pepper is a product of France, and if you've never seen these peppercorns that are the coolest, check these guys out. They look like little pine cone things. How cool are they, right? If you can focus on, I don't know if it's gonna focus for you, but they're pretty darn cool, and you can see that it kind of looks like a pine cone. It's got like little ridges on it, right? But it's uber tasty. It doesn't just taste like pepper. It tastes like, I don't know, it has its own thing. It's like a very old classic ingredient in a lot of European foods, but you don't see it very often. It's just recently jumped back on the market as being something that's more of a delicacy. Okay, I'm just gonna grind that pepper up, crush it up, I should say. It gives a little bit more of a savory flavor other than just pepper. It has nuances florally and piney and I don't even know, but it's delicious and I'm excited to put it in here, and I think it's gonna go really, really well with that curry. Okay, and then a little bit of salt. I'm just using some Mediterranean sea salt. These are handy dandy grinders if you've never seen them. They're from Drogheria. That's a Mediterranean sea salt. I believe I just did the review on this on my site. Go on and check that out at cookingwithkimberly.com. You can find out most of my stuff on there as I get it up there quickly, as quickly as possible for you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix this through, and I'm happy with this. What I might do is add just like a tiny bit of breadcrumbs, because I want it just a little bit more to stick together instead of just falling apart as just rice when it comes out of there. These are just a water cracker that I have into crumb form. I'm just gonna add about maybe 2 tablespoons worth, and I'm gonna mix that in. That's gonna fill in all the blanks, and it's gonna soak up a lot of that gorgeous juice from the tomatoes when they leach the liquid out even more, as well as that juice that's gonna come out of that chicken. It's gonna season that stuffing. It's gonna be amazing, and even more so than if you would have just put rice. A little bit more maybe. Now this is all cooked stuff, so you can taste test this just to make sure that everything's balanced the way you want it. I'm also gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper, just like a dash. Boom. When you're not really sure and you don't want to stick to a certain ethnicity of ingredients, then I always seem to use cayenne pepper as my spice in just basic meals, as opposed to chili powder or something like that. I like to use the cayenne. It just has a nice heat without overpowering it with some other crazy flavor, okay? All right, okay. so I'm not gonna show you how to stuff it. I don't know how to show you. I don't have to show you how to stuff it. You guys know how to stuff a bird. You just stuff it, that's it. Use your hands, it's gonna be the best way to do it. Anyhow, that's how you're gonna make that stuffing. It's a ground beef, rice, and tomato stuffing, and it would go perfectly with just about any bird, okay? You can do any kind of flavor on the outside, and that would still, you know, be pretty neutral for you to get away with as a side dish, okay? So that's how you make it. That's how you make this stuffing. I hope you follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. I hope you like the fan page. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly and youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. That's it, that's all. Make sure you check out the show for that bird right there. It's gonna be a curry basted whole roasted chicken. Perfect taste. I'm using their awesome products. So you'll have to come back and check out this recipe. All right, be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.